So hi guys, welcome back to the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. It's a big match today. Australia taking on Sri Lanka at the Pallekele International Cricket Stadium. Sri Lanka have won the toss and elected to bowl first. It's a must-win match for Australia because if Australia loses this game, then they are all but out of the tournament because Zimbabwe can then beat Ireland and seal their spot in the Super 8. So very important for Australia to be winning today, because if Australia wins today, their last match is against Oman, which they will back themselves to win. So Australia will have more chances of coming through to the Super 8 if they can win against Sri Lanka and Oman. But if they lose today, then I think Australia's tournament is all but over. As we see both the openers of Australia coming out. Good news today for Australia. Mitchell Marsh is back in the playing 11 today. They have made a lot of changes today, Australia. I'll just go through the changes which they have made. So Mitchell Marsh, Cooper Connolly and Xavier Bartlett are playing today in the 11 in place of Matt Renshaw, Matthew Kuhnemann and Ben Warshuis. So Renshaw actually batted well in the previous game, but they have still dropped him for today's game. And Matt Kuhnemann and Ben Warshuis have also been dropped. Cooper Connolly is another impressive batter. He has made his way into the playing 11 once again, and Xavier Bartlett as well, an all-rounder. Sri Lanka have made one change. Sri Lanka have made one change to their 11. Kusal Pereira, the veteran, is into the playing 11 in place of Kamil Mishara. That is the one change which Sri Lanka have made in their playing 11 today. So Mitchell Marsh and Travis Head are opening the batting for Australia. An interesting decision from Sri Lanka to win the toss and elect to bowl first, but this is Pallekele, so it will be more batting friendly compared to R. Premadasa Stadium. In Pallekele, I guess you can chase down totals, and that is why Sri Lanka have opted to bowl first. So Dushmantha Chameera has the new ball in his hand. He's going to be bowling the first over for Sri Lanka. Mitchell Marsh and Travis Head opening the batting for Australia. Mitchell Marsh will take the strike. Mitchell Marsh will take first strike, and we are all in readiness here to get going. We need to see whether Mitchell Marsh can make an impact today. He's back into the team as captain. He's captaining Australia today. A very, very important game for Australia this. If they drop this game, they might have dropped the tournament. That is for sure. All in readiness. Dushmantha Chameera with the first ball of the match. Mitchell Marsh on strike. That's back of the length and Mitchell Marsh defends it to covers. Dot ball to start from Chameera. So there will be no doubt that Australia will come out all guns blazing. They are a very, very quick learning team. They won't you can't keep a good team down for long. That is what they say. If Sri Lanka wins this game, they will be through to the Super 8 officially. Second ball of the over coming up. It's punched by Mitchell Marsh through the covers, and that will beat deep point into the fence. Great way to get off the mark for Mitchell Marsh. Beautifully driven on the up and picks up the first boundary of the innings for Australia. So third ball of the over coming up. It's defended down the ground to mid-on, and Mitchell Marsh picks up another single. Gives a strike to Travis Head. Sri Lanka will need early wickets against Australia. Travis Head taking strike. He has had an ordinary tournament so far. Can he make an impact with the bat today? And it's on the bat, flicked away by Head. It's one bounce and into the boundary for 4 towards deep mid wicket. Full and angling onto the pads there, Dushmantha Chameera. Travis Head is so strong on the pads. Very first ball, he gets off the mark with the boundary. Two more deliveries left in this over. An expensive start here from Dushmantha Chameera. Fifth ball of the over coming up. Oh, that's back of the lane. Looking to flick it away. Uphill for LPW, but I think that's sliding down the leg side. He'll pick up one leg byes. Mitchell Marsh is back on strike. One more delivery left in this over. The last ball of the over coming up. It's short, it's gone on leg side, and that's one bounce and into the boundary. It's gone all the way. Gone all the way for 6. First 6 of this innings. A really good shot hitting through the line is cleared long on and over the boundary for 6. An expensive start here. 16 runs came from that over, and Australia are now 16 without loss after 1 over. So there's a bowling change here for Sri Lanka. Mahesh Theekshana is the new bowler into the attack. And what a shot that was from Mitchell Marsh. Is raced to 11 from just 4 balls. A positive start here from Australia. Looks like a good batting wicket at the Pallekele Cricket Stadium. Travis Head is on strike. Theekshana coming around the wicket to Travis Head. It's flicked away by Head straight to mid-on. Again a dot ball to start the over. Second ball of the over coming up. Quicker delivery again, punched back to the bowler by Travis Head. Another dot ball here. Third ball of the over coming up. Oh, he goes for a big shot. It's an edge. It goes past third man and that'll run away for 4 as well. So Australia keen on getting off to a really good start here. Another boundary for Travis Head, his second boundary. Sri Lanka feeling the pressure. So fourth ball of the over coming up. That's driven again by Head, finds the gap, and that will run away to the boundary as well. Back-to-back boundaries from Travis Head. And what a start this is for Australia. This is some start here to this innings. Put into bat by Sri Lanka, and Travis Head is off to a flyer here. This time punched away. Oh, a little bit of a fumble at point. And Travis Head picks up another single. This is a very, very positive start here from Australia. And this is the Australia we all know about. This is why they are always one of the dangerous teams when it comes to World Cups. Obviously, they went down against Zimbabwe. They are here to prove a point today. That they are here to play this World Cup. They are here to play and win. Mitchell Marsh is back on strike. 9 runs have come from this over. Still 1 ball left. The last ball of the over. Punched away again by Mitchell Marsh. Straight to mid-off. And another dot ball to finish the over. So 9 runs came from that over, and Australia are now 25 without loss after 2 overs. Well, head-to-head in the T20 World Cup is favouring Australia. They have played 5 matches so far against each other. Australia and Sri Lanka have played 5 times against each other in T20 World Cups. And Sri Lanka has won only once. Australia have won it 4 times. So clearly Australia are ahead in the head-to-head. Matisha Pathirana is the new bowler into the attack now for Sri Lanka. Need to see whether he can break this partnership here, try and get some early wickets. Travis Head is on strike. Oh, that's outside the off stump. Travis Head goes for the drive, unable to make connection. Again, a dot ball to start the over. Sri Lanka getting an advantage to play the World Cup in their own home conditions. Have to make use of it actually. This time too wide from Pathirana. Has to reload that one again. Given as a wide by the umpire. The second ball of the over coming up. It's on a good length. Flicked away by Travis Head. Straight to mid-wicket. And another dot ball from Matisha Pathirana. Need to be a little careful. Both these batters can be very, very explosive when they get going. This time defended again towards the point, and Travis Head picks up another single. Mitchell Marsh is back on strike. Fourth ball of the over coming up. It's driven again by Marsh. Good fielding at mid-off. And Mitchell Marsh picks up another single. Really good fielding at mid-off. That looked like it was going for 4 again. Well stopped. Oh dear. Now someone has hurt himself there. It was a good stop at mid-off. Oh, I think in fact it's Pathirana who has injured himself here. How big a blow is this going to be? Pathirana has been a little susceptible to injuries in the last few years. We've seen him getting ruled out of the IPL and all because of injuries, and now again another injury in the middle of a World Cup actually is not going to help the cause for Sri Lanka, that is for sure. I hope nothing serious because he just went down actually. He's getting some treatment here. Still getting treated here, Pathirana. Don't know whether it's a serious injury or not. It's a very important player for Sri Lanka, not only for this game but for the rest of the tournament as well. But it looks like Pathirana is going off here. So Pathirana is going off, and this is not a good sign at all for Sri Lanka, that is for sure. A very important bowler for Sri Lanka, but he's going off the field here. So looks like Dasun Shanaka will complete the over. So they are one bowler short now, Sri Lanka, and I don't know how badly this is going to affect them. At least for this game, Australia are having the advantage now. The fifth ball of the over coming up from Shanaka, and that's driven away by head through the covers for 4. This is exactly what can happen. Your premium fast bowler gets injured and goes off. A fill-in bowler has to finish it off. It's not easy at all, and straight away head picks up another boundary. The last ball of the over coming up. Last ball of the over coming up from Dasun Shanaka around the wicket to head. Has flicked away straight to short fine leg. Another dot ball to finish the over. 7 runs came from that over, and Australia are now 32 without loss after 3 overs. Mahesh Tikshana now into his second over. Mitchell Marsh is on strike. It's a full delivery. Marsh drives it down the ground to long off and picks up another single. Start the over. These are batting friendly conditions in Palakili, and maybe that is why Sri Lanka opted to bowl first, because they would want to know the target. But obviously their batting has been a little up and down in recent times in T20 cricket. Their bowling has been good. Their batting need to buckle up a little bit, try and have some bat according to game awareness. That's cut away by head, straight to covers, and another dot ball. This time it swung away leg side by head towards deep mid wicket for 4 vacant spaces at deep mid wicket, and Travis Head picks up another boundary here. Nicely dragged it from outside the off stump towards deep mid wicket. Picks up his 5th boundary in this innings. Well, the boundaries are flowing here continuously. Tikshana needs to do something. Quicker delivery again, goes for the cut shot. Cut back to the bowler. Another dot ball from Tikshana. 5 runs have come from this over. Still 2 balls left, but they're still having... Australia have learned their lessons from their previous game. They haven't lost a wicket. They're having all 10 wickets in hand. They had lost 4 early wickets against Zimbabwe in their previous game. That's why they couldn't recover from there. But today they are keeping their wickets in hand. Very, very important. It's driven down the ground again by head towards mid-on and picks up another single. So last ball of the over coming up. Oh, going for the big shot, a little bit of an inside edge. Short fine leg is there and time to stop it. Another dot ball to finish the over. 6 runs came from that over from Tikshana. And Australia are now 38 without loss after 4 overs. So Dasun Shanaka is going to be continuing into his second over. I won't say second over, third ball probably, because he completed 2 balls of Pathirana. Travis Head is on strike. Shanaka around the wicket. That's pulled away leg side, and that's all the way for 6. Right in that hitting arc of Travis Head. He's so strong on the leg side. Clears the boundary. 6 to start the over. 2 short on that occasion from Shanaka, and Head has dispatched it. A great way to start the over again from Travis Head. Second ball of the over coming up. Slow ball driven again, straight to covers. Dot ball this time from Shanaka. So Travis Head now finding some form today. 30 from 18 balls. Third ball of the over coming up. It's driven again by Head. Finds the gap. Another boundary. Boundaries continue to flow. 6 and now 4 in this over from Head. Beautifully finding the gap there. Towards deep extra covers for 4. Another boundary here. Three more deliveries left in this over. This time it's driven down the ground to long on, and Travis Head picks up another single. Sri Lanka have also made a good change actually. Kushal Perera is a really aggressive batter. He is into the playing 11 in place of Kamil Mishara. Two more deliveries left in this over. Mitchell Marsh is back on strike. Full again, goes for the drive, a little bit of an inside edge towards point. Another dot ball from Shanaka. Last ball of the over coming up. It's driven down the ground to mid-on, and Mitchell Marsh picks up another single to finish the over. 12 runs came from that over from the zone Shanaka. The 50 comes up for Australia. Australia are now 50 without loss after 5 overs. Mahesh Tekshana is continuing into his third over. 50 partnership has come up. The 50 has also come up for Australia. Mitchell Marsh and Travis Head have started off very aggressively here. They always have the winning mentality with them, Australia. It's a full delivery. Marsh hits it down the ground to mid-off. Another dot ball to start the over. It's driven again by Marsh, finds the gap, they'll run away for 4 as well. So Mitchell Marsh now joins the act. Till now it was Travis Head doing all the damage. And Mitchell Marsh says, hello, I'm also there, and picks up his second boundary. It's driven again by Marsh, again gap, again 4 more. He is piercing the gaps beautifully here, Mitchell Marsh. Back-to-back boundaries from Mahesh Tekshana. Once again, beautiful timing from Mitchell Marsh. This time he goes again, over the top again. That's running away for 4 as well. 3 back-to-back boundaries from Mitchell Marsh. And Mahesh Deekshana is feeling the pressure here. This is a flying start here from Australia. Mitchell Marsh races to 26 from just 14. Once again going inside out over covers and finding another boundary. This time Marsh sweeps it leg side towards deep mid-wicket for 4 more. 4 consecutive boundaries in this over. This is a huge over for Australia. Mitchell Marsh not holding back. He's only dealing in boundaries at the moment. So last ball of the over coming up. Driven again by Marsh. That's it through the gap as well. And that's 4 more. 5 consecutive boundaries in that over from Mitchell Marsh. What an over that is. 20 runs came from that over. And the launch phase has been completed. Australia are now 70 without loss after 6 overs after the power play. And it's also the time for the drinks break. So we come to the end of the drinks break, and there's a bowling change here from Sri Lanka. Dushan Hemanta is the new bowler into the attack now for Sri Lanka. Consolidate phase begins now. Travis Head is on strike. Dushan Hemanta is obviously replacement for Vanindu Hasaranka. Travis Head is on strike. Here's Dushan Hemanta. Tossed up, Head drives it away towards deep extra covers. He'll push for 2 here. That's good running between the wickets. Another couple of runs for Travis Head. They have gone batting heavy today, Australia. Cameron Green, Tim David, Josh Inglis, Marcus Stoinis, Glenn Maxwell, Cooper Connolly and Xavier Bartlett. Batting heavy today, Australia. Goes for the drive again, straight to covers. Another dot ball from Dushan Hemanta. Third ball of the over. Goes for a slog sweep. Travis Head. It's towards deep mid wicket. Oh, good fielding at deep mid wicket. They'll push for 2 here. And they'll get it comfortably. Another couple of runs for Travis Head. The 4 runs from the first 3 balls of this over. Still 3 balls left. Oh, he goes for a slog sweep again. He's got this one. He's got this one clean. All the way for 6 over long on. Travis Head now going for the aggressive shots. The slog sweep which he plays so well and picks up his second 6 in this innings. This time full again, driven through the covers, and that's 4 more. 6 and a 4 from Travis Head. A boundary fest going on now from both these batters. Travis Head now moves to 49 from just 25 balls. One is not in form. What not in form? He's performing now. Have a look at him. The last ball of the over coming around the wicket. And that's driven again straight to covers. Another dot ball to finish the over. But 14 runs came from that over. And Australia are now 84 without loss after 7 overs. So Dunit Wellalage is the new bowler into the attack now for Sri Lanka. Mitchell Marsh is on strike. Wellalage coming around the wicket to Mitchell Marsh. And this time Marsh drives it through the covers and that runs away for 4 as well. So it doesn't make a difference. Bowling change, no problem. Boundaries will continue. Mitchell Marsh welcomes Wellalage with a boundary. Quicker delivery again, goes for the cut shot. It's towards deep extra covers. And Mitchell Marsh picks up another single. So Travis Head is back on strike. Left arm off spin, he'll enjoy that. Comes down the wicket and Head hits it down the ground to long off. Picks up another single. It's a half century for Travis Head. You cannot keep a good player down for long. 50 from just 27 balls with 7 boundaries and 2 sixers at a strike rate of 185.19. He has batted really well here, Travis Head. That is for sure. Finally coming back to form in T20 cricket. Fourth ball of the over. Goes for the drive again, Mitchell Marsh, but it's straight to covers. And another dot ball from Malalake. This time he goes down the ground and he goes long enough all the way for 6 from Mitchell Marsh. So runs coming from both ends. If it is not Travis Head, it's Mitchell Marsh. If it is not Mitchell Marsh, it's Travis Head. A real Australia's back today. Game on. So last ball of the over coming up. That's wide outside the off stump. Cuts it away here. Mitchell Marsh towards deep extra covers. And picks up another single to finish the over. 13 runs came from that over. And Australia are now 97 without loss after 8 overs. So Dushan Hemanta is into his second over. Mitchell Marsh is on strike. Quicker delivery. Marsh cuts it away towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to start the over. Second ball of the over coming up. Around the wicket. Doesn't matter. Head goes again. He goes long enough. Long enough. Another 6. Over deep mid wicket again. 100 comes up for Australia. 100 comes up in just 8.2 overs. And what a brand of cricket they are playing today. This time he goes again offside, but the fielder is there, takes the catch at long off, and finally something to smile about for Sri Lanka. It was all going only one way. Travis Head and Mitchell Marsh, 100-run partnership has been broken, was looking to go again. He bowled it outside the off stump, changed his angle once again, came from over the wicket, and Head does hold out to long off, and that's exactly what Sri Lanka wanted. Who needed to break the partnership, and it's Dushan Hemanta who breaks the partnership for Sri Lanka. So Travis Head is gone after scoring 56 from 29 balls. A really good knock from him. And Australia are now 104 for 1 after 8.3 overs. So Cameron Green is the new batter to the crease for Australia. Coming in at number 3. Has been short of runs a little bit. He'll be looking to find form today. The 4th ball of the over coming up. That's a quicker ball and it's punched away towards covers. Another dot ball from Hemanta. Oh, he goes for the drive again. Misses it again. Appeal for a stumping. I think the square leg umpire is unmoved. Oh, in fact, they have gone upstairs. So need to have a look at this. So looks like he hasn't, his foot is inside the line, so it will be not out. Last ball of the over. And it's driven again down the ground by Cameron Green towards long off and gets off the mark with a single to finish the over. 8 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Travis Head. And Australia are now 105 for 1 after 9 overs. So Dunit Velalage is back into the attack, into his 2nd over. Cameron Green is on strike. It's driven again by Cameron Green towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to start the over. This time it's driven down the ground again by Mitchell Marsh towards long off and picks up another single, back-to-back singles to start the over. Crowd are silent. That's driven again by Green out towards deep extra covers and another single here. 3 singles in this over. Still 3 more deliveries left. That's 2 wide outside the off stump. Given as a wide by the umpire, so Velalage has to reload that one again. Short and wide, cut away again by Mitchell Marsh towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. 5 runs have come from this over, still 2 balls left. A good over from Velalage. They needed the wicket much earlier. Now the platform has been laid. Oh, another quicker ball. Cameron Green looking to drive a little bit of an inside edge onto the pads. And another dot ball from Velalage. Last ball of the over. Oh, it's been stumped. Another one. Oh my God. Dunit Velalage strikes. The 2nd wicket goes down. Cameron Green advancing down the wicket and missing it. 2nd wicket down for Australia. And is there a twist here? Crowd suddenly getting into it. A very, very important wicket for Sri Lanka because the opening partnership was so dangerous. Now they've got 2 wickets in quick succession. 2 wickets in 2 overs for Sri Lanka. It's Wellalake who provides the breakthrough. And Sri Lanka still not out of it, still fighting. Cameron Green is gone after scoring 3 runs from 7 balls, and Australia are now 110 for 2 after 10 overs. So Tim David is the new batter to the crease for Australia. Dushan Hemanta continuing into his 3rd over. Short delivery pulled away by Mitchell Marsh. It's in the gap for 4. So it doesn't matter if wickets go down. Mitchell Marsh is going to play one way. Brings up his half century. 53 from just 25 balls with 8 boundaries and 2 sixers. At a strike rate of 212. Mitchell Marsh is back. Australia is back. This time it's tossed up and Mitchell Marsh hits it down the ground to long off and picks up another single. Tim David is back on strike. So 3rd ball of the over coming up. Tim David on strike. Quicker delivery. Tim David punches it down the ground towards long off and gets off the mark with a single. Mitchell Marsh is back on strike. Oh, appeal fell BW, appeal fell BW, umpire says not out. Are they going to go upstairs here? Gone for the review. They think it's bat first. That could be another big wicket of Mitchell Marsh right there. Quicker delivery once again from Hemanta. Beautiful bowling. If that is bat first, I think it could be very, very close. Yes, it is pat first. It is pat first. You need to be. This could be very, very tight actually. Looks like it is pat first. Well, Mitchell Marsh has already started to walk. I think he knows that this could be out actually. It's pat first. Yes, pitching in line, impact in line, wickets hitting, dead straight. So a very good review from Sri Lanka and a huge wicket here for Hemanta once again. He's got another big wicket. Richard Kettleborough reverses the decision. Out it is. So Mitchell Marsh is gone after scoring 54 from 27 balls. And Australia have lost their 3rd wicket, 116 for 3 after 10.4 overs. Suddenly now two new batters at the crease for Australia. Josh Inglis is the new batter to the crease. Two more deliveries left in this over. Oh, has he missed the stumping there? Has he missed the stumping? Kusal Mendes, he overbalanced Josh Inglis. Oh, that's a missed opportunity. Huge missed opportunity. That ball pitch, it was an absolute beauty. Could have had Inglis' first ball there. Kusal Mendes couldn't fail to collect the ball there. Huge missed stumping there. Last ball of the over. Flighted again. It's driven by Inglis towards deep extra covers and gets off the mark with a single to finish the over. 7 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Mitchell Marsh. And Australia are now 117 for 3 after 11 overs. So Dunit Welalage is into his third over. Inglis on strike. It's pulled down the ground to long on, and Josh Inglis picks up another single to start the over. Tim David is back on strike. This time quicker delivery on the pads. It's given us a wide, and they've also picked up a single. So 2 extra runs to the total for Australia. Foundation has been set by the openers. So it's up to the other batters to take it forward now. Another quicker delivery punched away by Inglis towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. This time David punches it away towards deep extra covers again and picks up another single. Three more deliveries left in this over. Josh Inglis back on strike. This time Inglis drives it away again towards deep extra covers. Picks up another single. 6 runs have come from this over. Still 2 balls left. Another dot ball from Welalage. Last ball of the over. Oh, he goes for the big shot. It's an edge. It goes past third man, and that'll run away for 4. A very, very fortunate boundary. Tim David gets his first boundary today. A really fortunate way to get a boundary, but he'll take it. 10 runs came from that over, and Australia are now 127 for 3 after 12 overs. Tomorrow's matches: New Zealand taking on Canada, Ireland taking on Zimbabwe, and Scotland taking on Nepal. Both Scotland and Nepal are eliminated already, so that's a dead rubber. But Ireland, Zimbabwe, New Zealand, Canada will make some... those matches have some serious consequences. Kamindu Mendis is the new bowler into the attack now for Sri Lanka. It's a full toss, driven away by Inglis towards deep extra covers. Good fielding and deep extra covers. And Josh Inglis picks up another couple of runs to start the over. Quicker delivery again, and Inglis punches it back to the bowler. Another dot ball from Kamindu Mendis. A tossed up, driven away again, long off, does well. And Josh Inglis picks up another single, but that stumping opportunity, how costly is that going to prove for Sri Lanka? That is the big question. Because you have Maxwell Stoinis and Cooper Connolly to come in after this. I think the dew is coming up, so it might assist the chasing team. Tim David is back on strike. David looking to go big, he sliced that one, fielder at long off is settling himself, takes the catch, and another wicket goes down. Kamindu Mendis strikes for Sri Lanka. Tim David sliced it big time, couldn't get hold of it. Big boundaries at straight down the ground, and a really good catch at long off. Fourth wicket goes down for Australia, and the way the openers were looking so good, but they have lost four quick wickets here. And unfortunately, Tim David again not able to make a contribution with the bat. Very important wicket for Sri Lanka. They need to keep taking wickets like this. But Tim David is gone after scoring 6 runs from 5 balls, and Australia are now 130 for 4 after 12.4 overs. So Glenn Maxwell is the new batter to the crease. He has been struggling for form for quite a long time now. I think they could have sentenced Marcus Stoinis ahead of Glenn Maxwell. That could have been a much better option. So fifth ball of the over coming up. Glenn Maxwell on strike. It's driven away by Maxwell. Gets off the mark with a single. Gives a strike back to Josh Inglis. Last ball of the over. That's driven again. Straight to covers. Another dot ball to finish the over. Just 4 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Tim David, and Australia are now 131 for 4 after 13 overs. So Dunit Walalage now continuing into his last over. That's defended again by Maxwell towards covers and picks up another single to start the over. Josh Inglis is back on strike. Quicker delivery, cut away again by Inglis. Down towards deep extra covers. Picks up another single, so it has slowed down a little bit here for Australia. The wickets that have fallen. That big opening partnership between Travis Head and Mitchell Marsh. But once they have got out, it's been a flurry of wickets actually. Quicker delivery again. Maxwell defends it back to the bowler. Another dot ball from Walalage. Fourth ball of the over coming up. It's on the pads again, flicked away by Maxwell. Picks up another single. Another quicker delivery. Down the ground again from Inglis. Another single. A really good over here from Walalage. Just 4 runs coming from this over. Still 1 ball left. The last ball of the over coming up. And it's driven again towards point. Another single to finish the over from Glenn Maxwell. And just 5 runs came from that over from Walalage. And Australia are now 136 for 4 after 14 overs. And it's also the time for another drinks break. So we come to the end of the When we come to the beginning of the accelerate phase, Kamindu Mint is continuing into his second over. Flicked away again by Maxwell towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to start the over. Josh Inglis is back on strike. Shot again, pulled again by Inglis towards deep mid wicket again. Picks up another single. 2 singles to start the over. Maxwell is back on strike. Now Maxwell goes down the ground and clears the boundary. All the way for 6. So finally Maxwell decided to open up there. Swing through the line there. And he picks up his first 6 in his innings. Beautiful shot down the ground from Maxwell. Goes again inside out this time. It's towards deep extra covers and picks up another boundary. 6 and a 4 from Glenn Maxwell. This time Maxwell hits it down the ground to long on and picks up another single. 150 comes up for Australia. 150 comes up in 14.5 overs. They have picked up a couple of runs actually. So Maxwell is back on strike. One more delivery left in this over. So last ball of the over coming up. Wicket delivery again, flicked away by Maxwell. Towards deep mid wicket again. They're pushing for 2. No, they're not going to be able to get it. Just a single to finish the over. 15 runs came from that over from Kamindu Mendis. And Australia are now 151 for 4 after 15 overs. Dushmantha Chamira has been brought back into the attack. He still has 3 overs left in him. Pathirana unfortunately not available to bowl. Dushan Hemantha still has 1 over left. Kamindu Mendis has 2 overs left. Projected score at the current run rate takes them to 201. So Maxwell is on strike. Maxwell is on strike. Here comes Chamira into his second over. And it's defended again towards point. Dot ball to start the over from Chamira. Second ball of the over coming up. If Sri Lanka wins this game, they'll seal their spot in the next round, Super 8 stage. And Australia might go out of the tournament. He goes high in the air. I don't think he's got enough on this. Fielder will come underneath it. And it's put down. Oh, goodness me. Oh, dear. It's been put down at long on. And Maxwell picks up another couple of runs. I thought another wicket was going down there. Completely mistimed it, Maxwell. I think it's Nisanka who's put it down. Normally a safe pair of hands actually. Disappointed Sri Lanka. Third ball of the over coming up. Full toss, that's it, leg side. Deep mid wicket. One bounce to deep mid wicket and Maxwell picks up another single. Josh Inglis is back on strike. 3 more deliveries left in this over. Fourth ball of the over. Goes for reverse, gets it over third man, and that'll run away for 4 as well. Improvisation at its best from Josh Inglis, and picks up his first boundary in this innings. Two more deliveries left in this over, and picked up the run right now, these two batters. Obviously Sri Lanka missing a lot of opportunities. A stumping missed opportunity against Inglis, and then a catch dropped of Glenn Maxwell is not helping their cause. Fifth ball of the over coming up. Around the wicket, Chamira. It's cut away again by Inglis, down towards deep extra covers, and picks up another single. Glenn Maxwell is back on strike. The last ball of the over coming up. Glenn Maxwell on strike. Slow ball again is driven away by Maxwell towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to finish the over. 9 runs came from that over from Chamira, and Australia are now 160 for 4 after 16 overs. So Dushan Hemanta is back into the attack into his last over. Back to spin now. Dushan Hemanta is bowling out. Because Pathirana is not available, they might have to fill in the remaining overs with spin itself. Kamindu Mendis still has a couple of overs left as well. Hemanta is finishing off. Chamira still has a couple left. Yeah. So here's Dushan Hemanta. And he goes for a reverse sweep. Oh, it's taken, is it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. What a catch that is at point. And Maxwell has to go eventually. The catch was put down in the previous over. They'll be relieved now for sure. A terrific catch at point. And Hemanta strikes again for Sri Lanka. Picks up his third wicket. Maxwell, a trademark switch hit that he plays so well, has found the fielder at point. They are going to have a look at the fairness of the catch. Oh, that is brilliant. That is extraordinary. Extraordinary catch. Extraordinary catch there. There have been a few missed opportunities for Sri Lanka today, but that was terrific. That was an extraordinary catch to dismiss Glenn Maxwell. So Maxwell has already started to walk. Out is the call on the big screen. And Maxwell has to go after scoring 22 from 15 balls. Australia are now 160 for 5 after 16.1 overs. So Marcus Stoinis is the new batter to the crease for Australia. We still have Cooper Connolly and Xavier Bartlett to come in after this. Australia are batting very, very deep today. They have dropped Ben Dwarshuis. They have dropped Matt Kuhneman to strengthen their batting a little bit, but still their bowling is a little bit of a concern actually for Australia. Xavier Bartlett is in, but apart from Xavier Bartlett and Nathan Ellis, no other reliable bowler for Australia actually. Stoinis on strike, second ball of the over. Goes for the reverse sweep again, it's towards third man. And Marcus Stoinis gets off the mark with a single. And Inglis goes over the top. Ends one bounce. Into the boundary for 4 towards deep extra covers. Inside out shot there from Josh Inglis. And he continues to find the boundaries. This time a quicker delivery and Josh Inglis punches it back to the bowler. Another dot ball from Hemantha. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Quicker delivery, goes for a cut shot, gets it in the gap. And that'll run away. No, good fielding at deep extra covers. So another couple of runs for Josh Inglis. Last ball of the over, that's flicked away again down the ground to long on. And Inglis picks up another single to finish the over. 8 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Glenn Maxwell. And Australia are now 168 for 5 after 17 overs. Dushan Hemantha finishes with 3 for 37 in his 4 overs. Outstanding spell from him. 3 overs left. Chamira will bowl the 18th over and the last over, that is for sure. Penultimate over should be bowled by Kamindu Mendis or Shanaka. I don't know why Sri Lanka are not playing Binura Fernando in their T20 squad. A quality fast bowler, can bowl well with the new ball and in the end overs as well. A terrific bowler. He deserves to be in the T20 World Cup squad for Sri Lanka actually. Don't know why he's not there. Chamira coming around the wicket to Inglis. Goes for reverse, unable to make connection. Dot ball to start the over from Chamira. Binura Fernando can add that variety. Left arm fast bowler. The left armer's angle will be there. There's no proper fast bowler to assist Chamira in the Sri Lankan lineup. And that is the issue. That is an issue actually. Pathirana was there. Now he's gone through due to injury. So now who will you replace? Who will you bring in? It's a big headache for Sri Lanka actually. Second ball of the over coming up. It's driven down the ground by Inglis, straight down the ground. And pierces the gap, finds the boundary, beats long off. And And another boundary here for Josh Inglis. Traditional straight drive. Beautifully done. So third ball of the over coming up. That's pulled away again, leg side. Good fielding at deep square leg. And Inglis picks up another single. So Marcus Stoinis is back on strike. This time driven again by Stoinis towards covers and picks up another single. 6 runs have come from this over, still 2 balls left. Tomorrow New Zealand have an opportunity to seal their spot in the Super 8 if they can win against Canada. That will be an important game for both the teams, more important for New Zealand, more important for Canada as well if they want to keep Afghanistan alive in the tournament. And then Zimbabwe will be taking on Ireland in the afternoon tomorrow. If Australia loses this game and Zimbabwe wins tomorrow, Zimbabwe will qualify for the Super 8. So that's why this game also is very, very important. 2 more deliveries left in this over. That's pulled in the air. Keeper coming underneath it. Oh, in fact, the fielder coming underneath it takes the catch. And another wicket here for Sri Lanka. The short ball doing the trick for Chamira. 6th wicket goes down. Australia have fallen apart very, very quickly here in this innings. The set batter Josh Inglis going for the pull shot once again, but only getting a top edge and a simple catch at point. A very, very important wicket for Sri Lanka because that partnership was starting to look dangerous. Josh Inglis is gone after scoring 27 from 22 balls, and Australia are now 174 for 6 after 17.5 overs. So Cooper Connolly is the new batter to the crease for Australia. When the openers were going strong, it looked as though 200 was a certainty, but so many wickets have gone down now. And I think Sri Lanka will back themselves to chase down anything below 200. So it looks like a good batting wicket. Cooper Connolly, very new to the international stage, has done well in the Big Bash League for Perth Scorchers, but still needs to gain some experience, I think, at the international level. So last ball of the over coming up from Chamira. Connolly on strike. Has driven away by Connolly towards point and gets off the mark with a single to finish the over. 7 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Josh Inglis. And Australia are now 175 for 6 after 18 overs. Now what will they do for the penultimate over? Will it be Kamindu Mendis? Will it be Dasun Shanaka? Who will it be? Kamindu Mendis has not bowled badly at all. He's bowled well. I would bravely give it to Kamindu Mendis actually, because Shanaka can leak runs. So you don't want to be going to a pacer now. Take pace of the ball and say good luck to the batter if you can hit it out of the ground for 6. It will be a gamble, but a gamble worth taking is what I'm thinking, because Pathirana is unfortunately not available. So, in fact, they have gone with Tikshana. They have gone with Tikshana for the penultimate over. Even he has 1 over left. So, he's bowling the penultimate over. Chamira will bowl the last. So, good planning. Connolly on strike. Oh, he goes for the pull. Can't take the single. Another dot ball to start the over. Great start to the over from Tikshana. Can they finish this well, Sri Lanka? Can they keep Australia below 200? 200 is always a psychological mark in T20 cricket. Second ball of the over. That's driven away by Connolly. Might have found the gap here. Oh, good fielding at deep extra covers. Cooper Connolly picks up another couple of runs. Connolly is also a very dangerous batter. Don't underestimate him. Anyone who has watched the Big Bash League, he plays for Perth Scorchers. Did really well in this Big Bash season as well. A destructive hitter of the ball when he gets going. Third ball of the over coming up. Oh, it's a top edge in the air. Should be another wicket here. Third man takes the catch. Another one goes down. So Cooper Connolly, not able to make a contribution, has just top edged it. A really good catch at third man. Stoinis is left helpless at the non-striker's end. 7th wicket down for Australia. Tikshana strikes. The move to bring Tikshana for the penultimate over has worked really well for Sri Lanka actually. I was thinking Kamindu Mendis, but Shanaka thought Tikshana. That's a brilliant move. You need to appreciate the Sri Lankan captain for that. And another one goes down here in Australia. You're not able to get a good finish, I think. Cooper Connolly is gone after scoring 3 runs from 4 balls, and Australia are now 177 for 7 after 18.3 overs. So Xavier Bartlett is the new batter to the crease. Another capable hitter of the ball. Running out of batters here, Australia. After such a good start from the openers, it has just fallen apart. Three more deliveries left in this over. That's why I said Connolly needs more exposure at the international stage. He might be good in the Big Bash League, but international cricket is completely different. Quicker delivery, goes for the pull, it's towards short fine leg. Another important dot ball from Tikshana. This is a fantastic comeback. The Sri Lanka can be proud of the comeback that they have made here. Two more deliveries left in this over. Bartlett will surely look to go big. But Tikshana is bowling well. Fifth ball of the over coming up. Full again, goes, swings and misses. What an over this is from Tikshana. Just 2 runs coming from this over, and the wicket of Connolly as well on the best penultimate overs you'll ever see. Right in the block hole again from Tikshana there. One more delivery left in this over. Bartlett hasn't yet gotten off the mark. Last ball of the over coming up. Outside the off stump, goes for the drive, misses it. 3 consecutive dot balls to finish that over. So just 2 runs came from that over from Tikshana, including the wicket of Connolly. And Australia are now 177 for 7 after 19 overs. So last over will be obviously bowled by Chamira. So they have planned this well actually, Sri Lanka. Even though Pathirana are not available to bowl, they have still planned their options really well. They sneaked in a few overs from Kamindu Mendis in the middle, and they have somehow managed to fill in the overs. Thikshana has bowled really well. The best penultimate over you'll ever see. Just 2 runs and a wicket in the penultimate over. Chamira is bowling the last over, of course. Marcus Stoinis is going to be on strike. And he is the last hope for Australia if they want to get to any competitive total. They've already got into a competitive total, but for the way they started, if they finish under 200, I think they'll be extremely disappointed. Chamira coming around the wicket to Marcus Stoinis. Last over of the innings. It's back of the lane, defended by Stoinis towards point. A dot ball to start the over again. So the last 4 deliveries have been 4 dot balls. Unbelievable stuff, with still 5 more deliveries left in the innings. If they get Stoinis out here, I think they can restrict Australia below 190 also. The second ball of the over coming up from Chamira. Stoinis was looking for a boundary here. Full toss, it's hit down the ground to long off. And we'll push for 2 here. Chance of a run out at the keeper's end. Oh dear, the throw was too wide, I think. So another couple of runs for Stoinis. Oh dear, it's a no ball. No ball and a free hit. What has Chamira done here? Well, that is the last thing what Sri Lanka wanted. They're just trying to make a comeback and now no ball. So an extra ball, 3 extra runs to the total. Every run matters at this stage of the innings. So the free hit delivery coming up from Chamira. Stoinis on strike. Slow swings and misses. Dot ball from Chamira. So the free hit doesn't cost much. And it's another dot ball here. 4 more deliveries left in this innings. Can they at least get to 190, Australia? So 4 more deliveries left in this inning. Stoinis is taking his guard once again. Third ball of the over coming up. Oh, that's it. And it's taken brilliantly. It's out third man and another wicket goes down. Chamira again. He gets the wicket of Stoinis. Number 8 goes down for Australia. And what a finish this is for Sri Lanka. They've dismissed all the recognized batters now. Marcus Stoinis looking to go offside, getting the tick edge. And a really good catch at third man, flying across to his right. And this is some fight back from Sri Lanka here. Marcus Stoinis is gone after scoring 4 runs from 6 balls. Chamira with his second wicket of the day. And Australia are now 180 for 8 after 19.3 overs. Nathan Ellis is the new batter to the crease for Australia. Three more deliveries left in this innings. After such a good start, Australia have fallen apart. So fourth ball of the over coming up from Chamira. Nathan Ellis on strike. Oh, it's a short ball. Nathan Ellis sways out of it. It's another dot ball here. The last 2 overs have been beauties from Sri Lanka. Just 5 runs have come from the last 10 balls in this innings. It's still 2 balls left. Brilliant from Sri Lanka here. The way they are keeping Australia below 200, that is absolutely brilliant. They'll back themselves to chase it down. They have the batters. They have brought in Kushal Perera today as well, strengthening their batting. Kushal Perera is experienced, has been around for quite a long time now. So he'll also be a dangerous batter to watch out for Sri Lanka today. Fifth ball of the over coming up, Nathan Ellis. Swings and misses. There's another dot. Oh, in fact, they have run through and it's a wicket. It's a run out. Looking to get the single there. Looking to run a by. That's a run out at the striker's end. So Bartlett will keep running back to the pavilion. And what a finish this is turning out to be. A dream finish here for Sri Lanka. Absolutely unbelievable what is happening here. Another dot ball. They wanted a bye and Bartlett has been run out. Crazy stuff. Absolutely crazy. There's just 3 runs from the last over so far and now 2 wickets and still 1 ball left. Xavier Bartlett is run out for a 3-ball duck and Australia are now 180 for 9 after 19.5 overs. So last ball of the innings, Adam Zampa is the last batter to the crease for Australia. Can he get a boundary? That's driven again by Zampa. Towards deep extra covers. They're going to push for 2 no matter what and it will be run out at the striker's end. Will be run out by a long way and this has been one of the best last couple of overs you will ever see in T20 cricket. Obviously, we saw a similar kind of death bowling display in the World T20 2014 final. If anyone remembers, the year in which Sri Lanka won the T20 World Cup. In that final, we saw Nawan Kulasekara and Lasith Malinga bowl one of the best death overs you'll ever see. And now Chamira and Mahesh Theekshana have bowled one of the best death bowling in this game here in Palakkeli. Absolutely unbelievable stuff. Just 4 runs coming from the last over and 3 wickets as well. And the last 2 overs only going for 6 runs and 4 wickets have fallen. And would you believe it, Australia have been bowled out for 181 runs in their 20 overs. Absolutely superb comeback from Sri Lanka with the ball, because at one stage it looked as though Australia were going to score above 200. But Sri Lanka pulled things back magnificently well. Look at how the innings went about. Australia were 104 without loss in 8.2 overs. And just imagine, from 104 without loss in 8.2 overs, if you are restricting an opposition to 181 all out in their full 20 overs, that proves to be what kind of a comeback it has been from Sri Lanka actually. 110 for 2 in 10 overs Australia were. So the last 10 overs only going for 71 runs. And they've also lost all their wickets. So another cause of concern for Australia and their batting, whereby the middle order hasn't contributed much today. An opening partnership of 104 from just 51 balls set the tone, set the platform, but the other batters couldn't build from there. And in the end, 181, I think Australia will feel they are 10 to 15 runs short. They should have gotten close to 200 at least, but they have fallen short a little bit. Sri Lanka will go back, heads held high. They have the momentum with their side. Look at the bowling of Sri Lanka. Dushan Hemanta started it all by picking up the wicket of Travis Head. He finished with 3 for 37 in his 4 overs. Dushmanta Chameera 2 for 36 in his 4 overs, bowled brilliantly towards the end. Mahesh Tikshana bowled one of the best penultimate overs you'll ever see in T20 cricket, 1 for 37 in his 4 overs. And Dunit Walalage 1 for 33 in his 4 overs as well. Kamindu Mendis 1 for 19 in his 2 overs. Everyone have done their job. Dasun Shanaka chipped in with 1.2 overs, none for 16 because Pathirana was not available. So Australia have been bowled out for 181 in their full 20 overs. Sri Lanka, when they come out to bat, will need 182 runs to win this match from their full quota of 20 overs to seal their spot. Sri Lanka will need 182 runs to win this match from their full quota of 20 overs to qualify for the Super 8. We'll be back again shortly to cover the run chase. Until then, please stay tuned. So hi guys, welcome back to the run chase. Sri Lanka chasing 182. Kusal Pereira got dismissed in the first over. Nisanka comes down the wicket, hits it down the ground to long on and starts the over with a boundary. Xavier Bartlett into his second over, greeted by Nisanka, the first boundary of the innings for Sri Lanka. The second ball of the over coming up. Nisanka has to control his instincts a little bit. That's flicked away again. Down to fine leg. That's 4 more. Angling onto the pass there, Xavier Bartlett. Easy pickings for Nisanka. Back-to-back boundaries to start the over. So Kusal Pereira was dismissed in the previous over by Marcus Stoinis. They need a partnership here. Pathum Nisanka is on the attack. Ooh, it's on the pads, flicked away straight to mid-wicket. And it's a dot ball here from Xavier Bartlett. The experienced duo of Pathum Nisanka and Kusal Mendes at the crease now for Sri Lanka. 3 more deliveries left in this over. Oh, inside edge again. And another dot ball back to the bowler. So good comeback from Bartlett after conceding 2 boundaries. 2 consecutive dot balls from Bartlett. If Sri Lanka wins this game, they'll be through to the Super 8. If Australia wins this game, they'll keep their hopes alive in this World Cup. So 2 contrasting goals for both the teams. Sri Lanka looking to seal their spot, to become the first team from this group to seal a spot in the Super 8 if Sri Lanka can win this game. Fifth ball of the over coming up. That's a wide down the leg side. So Bartlett has to reload that one again. Australia had a really good opening partnership but just fell apart towards the end actually. They should have gotten to 200. But will that make a difference in this game? That is the big question. Fifth ball of the over coming up. Shot again, pulled away by Nisanka towards deep square leg and picks up another single. So Kusal Mendes is back on strike. The last ball of the over coming up from Bartlett. Kusal Mendes on strike. And it's defended again. It's in the gap and that races away for 4. He just played a back foot defense there, Kusal Mendes. But somehow it has raced in the gap and it's run away to the boundary to finish the over. So an expensive over again from Xavier Bartlett. 14 runs came from that over. And Sri Lanka are now 26 for 1 after 3 overs. There's a bowling change here for Australia. Nathan Ellis is the new bowler into the attack now for Australia. Pathum Nisanka is on strike. Nisanka hasn't quite fired in this tournament so far. He'll look to get a big score. That's on the path, flicked away by Nisanka, and picks up another single to start the over. Kusal Mendes is back on strike. The second ball of the over coming up from Ellis. This time it's flicked away again, straight to mid-wicket though. Another dot ball from Nathan Ellis. Third ball of the over coming up. Oh, a little bit of an inside edge. Again back to the bowler. Another dot ball from Nathan Ellis. Two back-to-back dot balls. Three more deliveries left in this over. Oh, that's helped on its way by Mendes. How far has it gone? It's gone far enough. All the way for six over deep square leg. Angling onto the pads there, Nathan Ellis. Help yourself kind of a delivery, and Kusal Mendes says thank you very much and picks up his first six in this innings. Well, two more deliveries left in this over. What a shot there from Kusal Mendes. It's an experienced batting pair this. Both these batters are experienced enough. They should be knowing how to handle this situation. Two more deliveries left in this over. That's too wide, I think. Too wide, given as a wide by the umpire. So Ellis has to reload that one again. Two more deliveries left in this over. Oh, appeal for LBW here. Appeal for LBW. Umpire says not out. Would the height be a factor there? Might have a discussion. Having a discussion. They are going for the review here. So we need to have a look at this. Height could be a factor there, I think. Might even be going down the leg side. Doesn't appear to be any bat involved, but I think it's going down the leg side actually. I think Australians themselves know that that looks like it's straying down the leg side. So still waiting here for the decision. I'll come to ball tracking. Pitching outside off, impact in line, wickets missing the stumps, so they've lost a review here, Australia. Decision will remain not out. And not out it is. So one more delivery left in this over. Kusal Mendes back on strike, required run rate 9.15. Last ball of the over. And it's defended again towards point, and Kusal Mendes picks up another single to finish the over. 9 runs came from that over, and Sri Lanka are now 35 for 1 after 4 overs. So a good start here from Sri Lanka. They've lost 1 wicket. They've lost the wicket of Kusal Perera, but these two batters have formed a partnership of 27 from 16 balls. Australia are short of bowlers actually. They need to bowl their part-time bowlers to fill in the overs. Cooper Connolly is the new bowler into the attack now for Australia. Kusal Mendes is on strike. Connolly coming around the wicket. That's a full toss on the pads. Could have hit it anywhere, but he hits it down the ground and picks up a single. Loose delivery there from Connolly to start. Australia basically are having 3 bowlers, probably. Nathan Ellis, Xavier Bartlett, Adam Zampa. All other bowlers are kind of part-time. It's driven again, back to the bowler. Another dot ball from Cooper Connolly. The third ball of the over coming up. Will Nisanka go big? It's another good delivery on the stumps. Defended again by Nisanka towards covers. Another dot ball. This time goes for a reverse sweep. Gets it over the top. He's got it all the way. All the way for 6 from Nisanka. He went for the reverse switch hit there. He nailed it comfortably and picks up his second 6 in this innings. This time quicker delivery, flicked away again by Nisanka, pushing for 2 here. And that's good running between the wickets. Another couple of runs for Pathum Nisanka. So one more delivery left in this over. 9 runs from this over so far. Last ball of the over coming up. That's cut away again by Nisanka, finds the gap and that'll run away for 4 as well. So an expensive start here from Connolly. 13 runs came from that over. And Sri Lanka are now 48 for 1 after 5 overs. So good going here from Sri Lanka in this run chase. Australia are short of bowlers actually. That is affecting them in this World Cup, in all honesty. They couldn't pick up many wickets against Zimbabwe as well. They only picked up 2 wickets against Zimbabwe. And now again short of bowlers here. Their pace trio, Pat Cummins, Hazelwood and Mitchell Starc are not playing this World Cup. And that is affecting them big time. Marcus Stoinis is now into his second over. And that's guided away again in the gap. And that'll run away for 4 as well. They're just enjoying themselves now, both these batters. 50 comes up for Sri Lanka. 50 comes up in just 5.1 overs. Kusal Mendes starting the over with a boundary. Well, Mitchell Starc has retired from T20s. Josh Hazlewood and Pat Cummins injured. That's a bouncer. Kusal Mendes ducks underneath it. Another dot ball here. So this is the second consecutive ICC tournament for Australia without their pace trio. And that is indeed affecting them. If Sri Lanka wins this, they'll book their spot in the Super 8, but Australia will be all but out of the tournament actually, even if they win against Oman, because Zimbabwe will only need one win out of the remaining two. They can seal it tomorrow itself actually, Zimbabwe. So it's a very important game this for Australia, no doubt about that. Third ball of the over coming up. Full again, flicked away by Kusal Mendes. Good fielding at mid-on by Maxwell, I think. And Kusal Mendes picks up another single. The Champions Trophy 2025 last year was another tournament where Pat Cummins, Josh Hazlewood and Mitchell Starc, all of them didn't participate. But still Australia found a way to make it to the semi-finals of that tournament. But this time around they are staring at the first round exit if they lose this game. He's asking for a wide there. Nisanka doesn't get it, so it's a dot ball from Stoinis. Two more deliveries left in this over. Nisanka back on strike. That's short and that's pulled away by Nisanka. It's in the gap as well, and that's four more. Too short on that occasion from Stoinis. Beautifully placed once again by Nisanka towards deep mid wicket. Picks up his fourth boundary. Sri Lanka roaring along here. The last ball of the over coming up. That's it, past the keeper for more. Everything going Sri Lanka's way here. Back-to-back boundaries, 3 boundaries in that over for Sri Lanka. 13 runs came from that over from Marcus Stoinis. And the power play has been completed. Sri Lanka are now 61 for 1 after 6 overs after the launch phase. And it's also the time for the drinks break. Well, a terrific start here for Sri Lanka in this run chase. Required run rate 8.64, current run rate 10.17. 50 partnership also coming up between these two batters. Partnership of 53 from 28 balls between Nisanka and Kusal Mendis. If Sri Lanka need to do well, if Sri Lanka need to win, then it's this batting pair who has to click for Sri Lanka. Nisanka and Kusal Mendis. Both experienced batters, have been around for quite a long time now. Particularly Nisanka, the way he has played in recent times in franchise leagues and also in the Asia Cup of 2025. He was looking really good. So, very important batters for Sri Lanka, no doubt about that. And the consolidate phase is about to begin now. Cooper Connolly continuing into his second over. Kusal Mendis is on strike. And that's defended again by Mendis towards point and picks up another single to start the over. Full toss driven down the ground again by Nisanka towards long off and picks up another single. 2 singles to start this over. Full delivery, looking to flick it away, a little bit of an inside edge onto the pads. And another dot ball from Cooper Connolly. Comes down the wicket. Oh, good fielding at covers. Got a hand on it. Saved a certain boundary there. And Kusal Mendis picks up another single. Two more deliveries left in this over. It's flicked away again to short fine leg. Going through for a single. And they'll get it. Going through for a quick single, they got it. Mendis is back on strike. Last ball of the over. Punched away again by Kusal Mendis towards point and picks up another single to finish the over. 5 runs came from that over from Cooper Connolly. And Sri Lanka are now 66 for 1 after 7 overs. So at this same stage, Australia were 84 without loss after their first 7 overs. Sri Lanka are 66 for 1. But the only issue is, towards the back end, Australia lost their momentum and lost their way and got bowled out for 181. Adam Zampa is the new bowler into the attack. That's short and that's pulled away by Kusal Mendis in the gap for 4. Greets Adam Zampa with the boundary there. Too short on that occasion from Zampa and punished by Kusal Mendis. Boundary to start the over. This time tossed up, driven down the ground by Kusal Mendis towards long off and picks up another single. Nisanka is back on strike. The more time these two batters spend at the crease, the better chances for Sri Lanka to win. Kusal Mendis is now the 4th highest run scorer in this tournament for Sri Lanka. This time another quicker delivery punch down the ground by Kusal Mendes towards long on and picks up another single as well. Particularly in this tournament, many teams batting first have won the games. We haven't seen many chasing teams get across the line. Can we see it today from Sri Lanka? Teams batting first have won most of the games in this tournament. Punched away again by Mendes, straight to covers, and another dot ball. Short and wide, cut away, straight to point again. Back-to-back dot balls from Zampa. Good over here for Australia, just 6 runs coming from this over. Still 1 ball left. The last 2 overs have been good from Australia's point of view. The last ball of the over coming up. Short again, it's pulled again. Has he found the gap? Yes, he has. He's pierced the gap there at deep mid-wicket. Another boundary to finish the over. 10 runs came from that over from Zampa. And Sri Lanka are now 76 for 1 after 8 overs. Well. Sri Lanka, this is a good start to the run chase here. Cooper Connolly now into his 3rd over. Nisanka is on strike. Short and wide, cut away by Nisanka towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to start the over. Second ball of the over coming up. That's cut away again by Mendes, straight to point. Another dot ball from Cooper Connolly. The required run rate has gone up to 9 now. Need to be a little careful. Comes down the wicket, goes inside out, over the top. 1 bounce and into the boundary for 4. Beautiful shot there from Kusal Mendes. Inside out over extra covers. Is such a good player. Picks up another boundary. Oh, appeal for LBW here. Umpire says not out. Maybe sliding down the leg side. Only 1 review left for Australia. Are they going to go for it? Having discussions. They're desperate to break the partnership. They're not going for it. They're not going for it here, Australia. But I think that was also, I think, going down the leg side. You don't want to lose your reviews early on. That can affect you towards the end of the game. Was going for the sweep there, Kusal Mendes. That's cut away again, straight to 3rd man. Another dot ball from Connolly. Last ball of the over. Goes for the sweep again. Gets it towards deep square leg. No one back there. Another boundary to finish the over. And the equation requirement now under 100. This time he connected the sweep beautifully there, Kusal Mendes. And ends the over with a boundary. 9 runs came from that over. And Sri Lanka are now 85 for 1 after 9 overs. So Adam Zampa continuing into his second over, under 100 needed for Sri Lanka. It's a psychological mark. Comes down the wicket, Nisanka drives it down the ground to long off and picks up another single to start the over. Kusal Mendes is back on strike. Second ball of the over coming up. Shot again, pulled again by Kusal Mendes towards deep mid-wicket. Deep square leg coming around, that's good fielding. And another couple of runs for Kusal Mendes. Four more deliveries left in this over. Can we see another twist here in the tail? Full toss, swept again by Mendes towards deep mid-wicket and picks up another single. .93 from 63 now. Nisanka is still there. Oh, it's a good full delivery there, guided away towards point. Another single for Nisanka. Two more deliveries left in this over. Fifth ball of the over coming up. Driven again by Mendes, straight to covers. Another dot ball from Zampa. The last ball of the over coming up. That's cut away in the gap. Might push for another two here. In fact, it's gone through for four. Good effort there. Has it gone through? They'll have a look at it. They've picked up 3 runs actually. Really good effort. I thought it went for 4, but I think they'll surely have a check. Have a look at it. So it's 3 runs to finish that over. 8 runs came from that over from Adam Zampa. And Sri Lanka are now 93 for 1 after 10 overs at the halfway mark of this innings. 89 to get from the last 10. Nathan Ellis is back into the attack. It's flicked away again by Kusal Mendes towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to start the over. The second ball of the over coming up from Ellis. Oh, another Yorker appeal for LBW. Maybe there was bat involved in that. They'll pick up another single though. Well, Nisanka is down on the ground here. Maybe he got hit on his toe there. A good Yorker from Nathan Ellis. So he'll get some treatment, I guess. Well, Nisanka still getting some treatment there. But Sri Lanka nicely poised at 95 for 1 after 10.2 overs. I think he's back on his feet. That's a good sign for Sri Lanka. So that's driven again through the offside by Nisanka. Through the offside by Kusal Mendes and picks up another single. So Pathum Nisanka back on strike. 3 more deliveries left in this over. Just 3 runs from this over so far. The last time Sri Lanka defeated Australia in a T20 World Cup was way back in 2009. After that, they haven't been able to defeat Australia in a T20 World Cup match. So if Sri Lanka get over the line here, it will be their first win against Australia in the men's T20 World Cup after 17 years. So chance to break that losing streak as well, as we see another couple of runs. Another single for Pathum Nisanka. Two more deliveries left in this over. Driven again by Kusal Mendes towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. 5 singles in this over, still 1 ball left. Partnership now 90 from 57 balls between Pathum Nisanka and Kusal Mendes. They still have batters like Kamindu Mendes and Dasun Shanaka to come in after this. Last ball of the over. Full and wide, driven towards covers. Another dot ball to finish the over. Just 5 runs came from that over. Good over from Nathan Ellis, and Sri Lanka are now 98 for 1 after 11 overs. So Glenn Maxwell is the new bowler into the attack now for Australia. Can Sri Lanka get a win against Australia in the Men's T20 World Cup after 17 years? Kusal Mendes is on strike. He's on 49 here. And that's flicked away leg side, down the ground to long on, and Kusal Mendes picks up the single and brings up his half century. 50 from just 35 balls with 6 boundaries and 1 6 at a strike rate of 142.86. It has been indeed a superb knock under pressure from the experienced Sri Lankan batter. And at the other end, Nisanka also getting to his half century and nearing his half century. Second ball of the over, flicked away again by Nisanka towards deep square leg and picks up another single. I need to go for some sixes here, try and reduce the run rate a little bit more. Required run rate 9.46. Third ball of the over coming up, flicked away again by Kusal Mendes towards deep square leg and picks up another single. 100 also comes up for Sri Lanka. 101 for 1 after 11.3 overs. 81 more runs needed from the last 51 balls. Kusal Mendes now has 3 consecutive 50s. That's swept away by Nisanka as he found the gap. Deep square leg comes around. Nisanka will pick up another couple of runs. Two more deliveries left in this over. Flicked away again by Nisanka. Hesitation there. And then in the end, they take the single. Half century here for Nisanka as well. 50 from 32 balls with 5 boundaries and 2 sixers at a strike rate of 156.25. Both these batters getting to half centuries. Kusal Perera opened the innings. He was gone early. A fantastic partnership here, 96 run partnership between Nisanka and Kusal Mendes. Last ball of the over. Goes for a sweep. Has he got it fine? No, straight to short fine leg. Another dot ball to finish the over. So still a good over for Maxwell. Just 6 runs came from that over, and Sri Lanka are now 104 for 1 after 12 overs. The 78 needed from the last 8 overs with 9 wickets in hand. I think Sri Lanka should be able to get the job done with both these batters set at the crease now. Marcus Stoinis is back into the attack, into his third over. Nisanka on strike. That's cut away by Nisanka towards covers and picks up another single to start the over. Kusal Mendes is back on strike. The second ball of the over coming up. Kusal Mendes will have to find some boundaries here. And he goes big, but he hasn't got it. He hasn't got it. Fielder will take the catch at deep mid-wicket. So the pressure was building. They had to find the boundaries. Kusal Mendis had just completed his half-century, went for the big shot, but has holed out at deep mid-wicket, and a timely breakthrough here for the Australians. Marcus Stoinis gets the breakthrough. Cross-seam delivery from Marcus Stoinis. Kusal Mendis thought he had got enough of it, but he didn't get enough of it. And a really good catch at deep mid-wicket. So could this be the wicket that Australia were looking for? It was kind of a similar stage when Australia also started losing wickets in their innings, and they just crumbled and fell apart. And Sri Lanka will be hoping that is not the case with them. Kusal Mendis is gone after scoring 51 runs from 38 balls, and Sri Lanka are now 105 for 2 after 12.2 overs. Well, the pressure was building actually. The pressure was building. He had to go for the shot, Kusal Mendis, and he went for it, but found the fielder. Pawan Ratnayake is the new batter to the crease for Sri Lanka, another good batter. And just some pressure building, some pressure starting to build now on Sri Lanka here. A few quiet overs, and the pressure starts to go back to the chasing team. The third ball of the over coming up from Marcus Stoinis. That's driven in the air, it's through the covers, and it's in the gap for 4 as well. That's a great way to get off the mark for Pawan Ratnayake. One hand came off the bat, but he found the gap beautifully and gets off the mark with a boundary. Fourth ball of the over coming up. That's edged. Down to third man. 4 more. Back-to-back boundaries. Pawan Ratnayake starts his innings with 2 consecutive boundaries. It brings the equation under 70 and releases some pressure for Sri Lanka here. This time driven again, but straight to point. Another dot ball from Stoinis. So one more delivery left in this over. Last ball of the over. Goes for a cut shot. Is nicked it, has he? No, he hasn't. But another dot ball to finish the over. So 9 runs came from that over from Marcus Stoinis. And Sri Lanka are now 113 for 2 after 13 overs. .69 needed from the last 7 overs with Nisanka still there. I think Sri Lanka should back themselves. Dasun Shanaka, Kamindu Mendis and Dunit Velalake still to come in after this. They are all capable. So Adam Zampa now is back into the attack for Australia. And it's guided away by Nisanka towards short third man and picks up another single to start the over. Adam Zampa into his third over now. The second ball of the over coming up. Pawan Ratnaike on strike. Comes down the wicket, a full toss, drives it straight to covers. Dot ball here from Adam Zampa. This time punched down the ground again by Ratnaike towards long on and picks up another single. This time Nisanka again comes down the wicket, little bit of an inside edge. They're pushing for two here and that's good running. Another couple of runs for Patham Nisanka. 65 from 38 should be gettable, I think. The required run rate is just slightly climbing up a little bit now. Oh, goes for the cut shot, a quicker delivery, beautifully bowled. Another dot ball from Adam Zampa. Last ball of the over coming up. Comes down the wicket, goes straight down the ground. And that's one bounce and into the boundary for four. Much needed boundary there from Nisanka. Such a good over until that point, ends the over with a boundary. 8 runs came from that over. And Sri Lanka are now 121 for 2 after 14 overs. And it's also the time for the drinks break. The 6 overs left, 61 needed for Sri Lanka here. With 8 wickets in hand, Nisanka still there. I think still anything can happen actually, but for now Sri Lanka are looking good. Partnership 16 from 10 balls between these two batters. Marcus Toyne is now into his last over. Accelerate phase is beginning now. Pawan Ratnayake is on strike. Well, the crowd want Sri Lanka to become champions of this T20 World Cup. Well, Ratnayake goes over the top, over mid-off, and that races away for 4 as well. So a boundary to start the over here. Great shot there from Pawan Ratnayake, releases some pressure. Still 57 to get from 35. This time flicked away again by Pawan Ratnayake towards deep square leg and picks up another single. Pathum Nisanka back on strike. 56 needed from 34. A few sixes here will turn the tide back in Sri Lanka's favour. Australia are looking for another wicket here. Third ball of the over. And that's guided away in the gap, and that's 4 more. Beautiful timing and placement from Nisanka. He not only has the power shots, he can also place the ball in the gaps. And that was an example of that. Nisanka with another boundary, second boundary in this over. Sri Lanka getting closer. Three more deliveries left in this over. Comes down the wicket, looks for the uppercut, misses it. Valuable dot ball for Australia. Required run rate still 9.75. Pathum Nisanka 62 from 39 balls. Back to his best today, but still a lot of work to do in this run chase. It's not yet over. Oh, that's a wide down the leg side. Wide given by the umpire. So Marcus Toyne has to reload that one again. Two more deliveries left in this over. Goes straight down the ground again. Clears mid-on. That's 4 more. Raining boundaries from Pathum Nisanka brings the target under 50 now. Expensive over here from Marcus Toyne. 14 runs have come from this over. Still 1 ball left. Well, he goes again. That's massive. That's out of the ground. What a way to finish the over. Length ball again from Stoinis. And Nisanka has deposited that over deep mid-wicket for 6 to finish the over. 20 runs came from that over from Marcus Stoinis. And Sri Lanka in the driver's seat. 141 for 2 after 15 overs. So 5 overs left, 41 needed. It's Sri Lanka's game to lose, 8 wickets in hand. Glenn Maxwell is back into the attack for Australia. Pawan Ratnayake is on strike. And Ratnayake picks up another single to start the over. Gives the strike back to Nisanka. Second ball of the over coming up. Pulled away again by Nisanka towards deep mid wicket. And picks up another single. 2 singles to start the over. 39 from 28. It's looking really good for Sri Lanka here. Round arm delivery. Pawan Ratnayake hits it back to the bowler. Good fielding from Maxwell of his own bowling. Another dot ball. Maxwell coming around the wicket to both these batters. 3 more deliveries left in this over. He goes for a slog sweep and he's got the gap. 1 bounce and into the boundary for 4. Pawan Ratnayake also joining the party. Picks up another boundary. And they're getting closer and closer here, Sri Lanka, to winning this game. Well, they want to check a stumping here. We need to have a look at this, whether Ratnayake has lost his balance there. Australia are confident about it. Need to have a look at this. Well, he looks short of his ground, is he? Just a little bit of the foot might be behind the line, I guess. Line belongs to the umpire. Is a little bit of the foot behind the line? I'm not quite sure. Decision pending. Not out it is. I think the benefit of the doubt given to the batter. Maybe a little bit of the foot was behind the line there. So Ratnayake survives. 1 more delivery left in this over. 6 runs have come from this over so far. So last ball of the over coming up. Over the wicket again. Oh, it's gone through the keeper. It's gone through everyone. And that'll run away for 4 as well. So another good over for Sri Lanka. 4 byes it will be, I think, or maybe was there some bat involved in that? I'm not quite sure. But they'll take the boundary anyway. They come 150 on the board. 150 comes up for Sri Lanka. 10 runs came from that over. And Sri Lanka are now 151 for 2 after 16 overs. Well, 4 overs, 31 needed. Sri Lanka's game this, big time. Big time in Sri Lanka's game. A missed stumping opportunity there from Josh Inglis, the last ball of the previous over. And now Nathan Ellis is back into the attack. Nisanka on strike. Short, it's pulled away by Nisanka towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to start the over. Pawan Ratnayake is back on strike. Pawan Ratnayake has raced to 23 from just 13 balls with 5 boundaries at a strike rate of 176.92. Outstanding batting from him. Second ball of the over coming up from Nathan Ellis. Around the wicket to Ratnayake. Full delivery, Ratnayake swings it leg side again towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. The thing for Sri Lanka is that Nisanka has batted really well today, 74 from 43 balls. He's still there at the crease for Sri Lanka. Can he do it for Sri Lanka? So close to sealing their spot in the Super 8. And also helping Zimbabwe a little bit in the process. Third ball of the over coming up from Nathan Ellis. That's driven down the ground again by Nisanka towards long off. Oh, fumble at long off. And Nisanka will pick up another couple of runs. So 3 more deliveries left in this over, and Sri Lanka are doing this here. 27 needed from 21. It's in Sri Lanka's hands. With Pathum Nisanka at the crease. 50 partnership comes up between these two batters. Partnership of 50 from just 25 balls between Pathum Nisanka and Pawan Ratnayake. They're doing this in partnerships here, Sri Lanka. Back over the wicket, Nathan Ellis. Oh, that's cut away over the top again and all the way for 6. What a beauty of a shot that is. Oh, a point for 6 if you don't mind from Pathum Nisanka. And that might as well seal the match now for Sri Lanka here. Just 21 now needed from 20 balls. Is almost a run a ball for Sri Lanka. Almost down to a run a ball for Sri Lanka. Oh, that's too wide. Too wide outside the off stump. Wide given by the umpire. So Nathan Ellis has to reload that one again. Sri Lanka are close to sealing their spot in the Super 8, and they'll also continue their unbeaten run in this tournament. Australia are going to be precariously placed, no doubt about that. Because if they lose this, then Zimbabwe wins tomorrow. Zimbabwe will be through. Unbelievable. Two more deliveries left in this over. Fifth ball of the over coming up. Moves across, goes for a paddle shot, and that's gone all the way as well, is it? No, one bounce and into the boundary for 4. In fact, it's gone all the way. It has gone all the way. Another 6 in this over. Everything that Nisanka touches today is only going to the boundary. Second 6 in this over, and now the equation is well under a run a ball. Sri Lanka are doing this here against Australia. "17 runs from this over so far from Nathan Ellis. Still 1 ball left. Pathum Nisanka. What a knock this has been. Last ball of the over. Goes for the drive again towards deep extra covers. And Nisanka picks up another single to finish the over. 18 runs came from that over from Nathan Ellis. And Sri Lanka are now 169 for 2 after 17 overs, with only 13 needed from the last 3 overs. So just 13 more runs needed for Sri Lanka. Australia are almost going to be out of the tournament here. Adam Zampa back into the attack. Nisanka goes for a slog sweep and gets it all the way for 6. There's nothing wrong that Nisanka can do today. Picks up another. In fact, it's bounced inside, I think. It's given as a boundary. And it's now down to single digits for Sri Lanka. Nisanka now into the 90s, 7 runs away from a 3-figure mark in T20 World Cup history. This time it's short and wide, cut away straight to point. And another dot ball from Adam Zampa. Just 9 needed now. Nisanka 7 away from a century in T20 World Cups. Can he get there? He sure can, I think. It's in the hands of Sri Lanka now, well and truly. Third ball of the over. There he goes again for the sweep. Has he got the gap? Yes, he has. Another boundary. Another boundary for Pathum Nisanka. Moves to 97 now. His 10th boundary in this innings. And just 5 away now from creating history here, Sri Lanka. Pathum Nisanka on 97. Goes down the ground again towards long on. And picks up a single. Coming back for a second here. Chance of run out. No, they'll make it comfortably. And Nisanka moves to 99 now. 1 away from a century. What a knock this has been. Under pressure. This man has delivered on the biggest stage. And Sri Lanka are going to be making their way into the Super 8 of this tournament. Australia are all but out of the competition, that is for sure, I think. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Can Nisanka finish it in this delivery? He's on 99. Might look to take the single and complete his century. That's pulled away leg side. He gets there. He gets to his century here. Pathum Nisanka. What a knock this has been. Absolutely magnificent. 100 from just 52 balls. With 10 boundaries and 5 sixers. At a strike rate of 192.31. It has been a knock for the ages from this man who has been in the form of his life for quite a long time now. For the last 1 year or so, he has been performing really well for Sri Lanka. And in the men's T20 World Cup, against a team like Australia, Nisanka stands tall and delivers under pressure. Just 2 more runs needed now. Brilliant knock from Pathum Nisanka. He's taking Sri Lanka into the Super 8 here. He also silences everyone else, I guess, in the process. So Pawan Ratnayake on strike. Last ball of the over coming up. Can he finish it off in this delivery? Ratnayake on strike. Moves across his stumps. Sweeps it leg side towards deep square leg. That's 1 bounce and 4, and that is it. Sri Lanka have gotten home. What a win this is. From Sri Lanka, they have chased down a target of 181 and won the match with 2 overs remaining. And it's back-to-back losses for Australia here in this Men's T20 World Cup 2026. And now Australia's fate is out of their hands as far as qualification for the next round is concerned. And in fact, they are 99% out of this tournament, has to be said, because their net run rate would have also gone down now. And they will also have to depend on Zimbabwe to lose both their remaining games if they will have to make it past the first round. So definitely not a good time to be an Australian cricket fan. But Sri Lanka have won this match by 8 wickets with 2 overs remaining, thanks to a fantastic knock from Pathum Nisanka. He has been a little quiet with the bat for quite a long time now. But he, on the biggest stage today, under the immense pressure today against Australia, Pathum Nisanka has delivered the 2nd T20 century for Pathum Nisanka. Obviously, his first century came in the Men's Asia Cup 2025 against India. And this is his 2nd century in international T20 cricket, and what a stage to get it in. And Sri Lanka have gotten home and they are into the Super 8 as well. Sri Lanka become another team. Sri Lanka become the 4th team to qualify for the Super 8 of this ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. And they also continue their unbeaten run in this tournament. As far as Australia are concerned, Unfortunately, nothing has clicked for them in this tournament. They lost against Zimbabwe. Now they have lost against Sri Lanka. And they are almost close to a first round exit here. Even the best will undergo this. And Australians are also humans. They are undergoing a bit of a slide here. But Sri Lanka will celebrate. They are through to the Super 8. And they've also helped Zimbabwe in the process. Now Zimbabwe will be thinking to themselves, if they can beat Ireland tomorrow, Zimbabwe will be through to the Super 8. So that will be the scenario. And Pathum Nisanka also becomes becomes only the second Sri Lankan opener to score 100 in the Men's T20 World Cup. So another record for Pathum Nisanka, no doubt about that. Fantastic win for Sri Lanka here in winning in front of their home crowd against Australia. And Sri Lanka now make it 3 out of 3 in this Men's T20 World Cup, and they are going really strong. Obviously, not to forget, Sri Lanka are the 2014 champions of this Men's T20 World Cup. So they are the former champions in this tournament. And they have done a brilliant job here. A clinical comprehensive win for Sri Lanka by 8 wickets with 2 overs remaining. And they are into the Super 8 now of this particular tournament. If you look at the batting card of Sri Lanka, Kusal Perera was dismissed early. But then that partnership between Pathum Nisanka and Kusal Mendes, partnership of 97 from 66 balls between Pathum Nisanka and Kusal Mendes steadied the ship. And in the end, an unbeaten partnership of 79 from just 34 balls between Pathum Nisanka and Pawan Ratnayake has taken Sri Lanka over the line. And a clinical and comprehensive win. Actually, they have won with 2 overs remaining. Australia will have to go back and reflect on their batting performance. They had gotten off to a really good start in their batting, but unfortunately they just lost their way towards the end and then got bundled out for 181 in their full 20 overs. And unfortunately, Australia are also struggling in their bowling department without Pat Cummins, Josh Hazlewood and Mitchell Starc. That bowling of Australia is looking slightly weakened, and that is why they are not able to get the results. So an outstanding win for Sri Lanka. What a game it has been. Sri Lanka winning at Pallekele by 8 wickets against Australia. And they are into the Super 8 of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. So we'll be back again to cover more cricket matches in our channel. We'll be back again to cover the future matches of this ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026. So until we come back again, please like, share and subscribe to our channel Runs and Views. Take care guys, cheers and good night.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Please please like, subscribe, and share.